Good morning, friends. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be doing a chair yoga class, and some of the props that we need are a block. If you have a strap, a yoga strap, or exercise band, or an old belt, or an old tie, those will work just fine too. Also, if you'd like, grab some paper plates. I've got some Mark's Pizzeria paper plates today. So if you have some paper plates, you may want to grab those. If you're on a smooth floor, maybe just put your socks on for that portion of the class. If you're on carpet, maybe if you don't have paper plates, maybe you just want to take your socks off if you're on carpet so that you can slide a little bit easier. Okay? And of course, let's have some handy dandy weights available. If you don't have your weights, maybe grab some soup cans, or again, just skip the extra weights and just use the resistance of your own muscles. All right, and so let's get started here. Let's start by sitting back nice and deep in your chair. Please feel free to grab a pillow too and lift the floor to your feet, or you can always use that block, placing your feet on the block, and hopefully that will make it a little bit more comfortable. Again, always feel free to stick a pillow too behind your chair back. Okay, so as we sit up tall, let's just close our eyes. Take a beautiful inhale through the nose and a big sigh out the mouth. And let's do that again. Inhaling through the nose and a big sigh out the mouth. And one more. And hopefully you're starting to feel your body sink a little deeper into your chair. You can feel your feet weighing heavier into the floor. So just take a moment and wiggle out your toes. Right? Try to create some space between each digit. Right? And then maybe as we breathe now, we're going to exhale. Instead of exhaling through the mouth, we're going to exhale through the nose with the same force that you used with your sigh. So inhaling through the nose, pausing at the top of the breath, and then exhaling through the nose. And hopefully you're starting to feel that core engaged, drawing your navel towards your spine. Right, we want to engage those transverse abdominal muscles. Those are those corset-like muscles. We want to turn those on, start to engage, inhaling, feeling that belly inflate like a balloon. And then as you exhale, drawing the navel towards the spine. Good. Let's do that again. So remember, friends, in our yoga practice, that we set aside our worries, our concerns, maybe the things that we have on our to-do list today, and we could just carve out a little bit of time for our practice, for our breathing, and give yourself permission, right? It's your practice. So give yourself permission to skip anything that we're doing today. Treat your yoga practice like a buffet. Take what you like, leave the rest behind, right? There's going to be days where you feel a little bit more energetic and you want to do a little bit more. And then there's going to be days where you're feeling a little tired and maybe it's just, you just need to kind of dial into the breath. So it's all good, right? Just kind of reward yourself today for just showing up to breathe and to carve out that time of your practice. All right, so as we inhale, again, the belly inflates. As we exhale, we draw the navel towards the spine. And I like to just kind of start my practices with a breath prayer. Breathing in, I am. And exhaling out here. Again, breathing in, I am. And exhaling out here. Just reminding myself that I'm going to stay in the present moment. I'm going to focus on my breath. With my mind's eye, I'm going to trace that breath as it moves through my body. Good. Let's take a beautiful inhale. Sweep both arms overhead. Exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, pull through. Inhale, arms sweep. And pull through. One more time. Inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, pull through. Right? And just let your thumbs rest at your heart. Lift your heart to your thumbs. And again, feel that pressure between your fingertips and the pressure between your palms. That left hand is going to grab the chair. Right arm is going to reach up and frame the ear. Take a gorgeous breath here. Exhale, a little hinge to the left. Just lift that gaze. Take a gorgeous inhale. And exhale, sweep that right hand across the sky. And give that right shoulder a nice shrug. All right, right hand grabs the chair. Left arm frames the ear. Little hinge to the right. Breathing into that left side body. Taking a beautiful breath in. Good. Sweeping that left arm across the sky and giving that left shoulder a nice shrug. All right, hands on top of the knees. Let's drop the chin towards the chest and then walk the gaze to the ceiling. Good. Let's continue to do that. Gently lifting the gaze to the ceiling and letting the chin come down to the chest. One more time. Good. And coming back to center, turning the head to the right. Center to the left. Center to the right. Center to the left. Coming back to center, think of your head sitting on that little spring and let your head teeter around just like a little bobble. Good. Now lifting that crown up nice and tall, drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, and then lift the crown and drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Let's do that again. Lift the head, drop your right ear. Again, lift the head, drop your left ear. Two more times. Lifting the head, dropping your right ear. Lifting your head, dropping the left. And last time, lifting the head, dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder. Lifting the head, dropping your left ear. Good. Coming back to center, let's just gently take a beautiful inhale, sweep both arms overhead. And then exhale, draw the hands down through heart. Good. Press those arms out in front. Stop sign hands, pressing through the heels of the heels of the palm, rotating those thumbs out, pointing the fingertips down towards the floor. Good. Let's open up those elbow creases, open up those wrists. And let's release and just give those hands a nice little shake here. And then open the hands really bright, big starfish hands, tight fists. All right, let's do that a couple more times. Good. We're going to round those wrists one direction and round the wrists the other direction. I'm hoping you guys are getting some good sleep here, getting some good rest. And if you're not, maybe try doing those breathing skills that you learn in class, right? Maybe right before bed, just kind of focus on the breath there. All right, I'm going to take my glasses off. And both arms sweep overhead. Exhale, pull through. Good. Press those arms out. Rotate those thumbs out. Release. Give those hands a good shake. Good. Press them back out. And point those fingertips down this time. Puppy dog, pause, and just wiggle out those fingers. Maybe rotate those thumbs one direction and the other. Good. And then lift those arms up overhead, framing the ears. Bending at the elbows, we're going to draw our hands towards the nape of the neck. Squeeze our elbows in towards our ears and just feel those triceps start to stretch. Another gorgeous breath. Good. And then cactus elbows. Feel those shoulder blades hug the spine. Good. Take a beautiful breath. Exhale it out. And extend those arms nice and broad. Fingertips are reaching away from the body as the shoulder blades hug the spine. Excellent. Take a gorgeous breath, inhaling. Exhaling out. Let's pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip the palms face down. Pulse it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms down by your sides and just loop those shoulders. Great job. All right, so let's move up forward into our seat a little bit here. So you're at the forward edge, right? That'll give your legs a little bit more clearance. And we're going to bring in the knees together and the feet together. Left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand to the back of the chair. We're going to gently twist right and lift a little taller through that crown. Think of a tether attached to the crown of your head, and it's just helping align your spine so it's nice and long. Let's take a beautiful breath here and exhale it out. Beautiful inhale, belly inflates. And as you exhale, drawing the navel towards the spine. Good. Let's come back to center. Let's do the other side. Left hand to the outside of the chair. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Gentle twist to the left. Beautiful inhale. Exhaling it out. Good. One more. Exhale alive. We're going to breathe one more time here. Belly inflating. And exhaling, coming back to center. And just loop both of those shoulders. All right, both arms sweep up as we breathe in. Feet widen to hip width distance. And hands melt through heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms sweep. Good. This time we're going to hook our thumbs. We're going to wiggle out all 8 digits, right? Little hinge to the right. Press down through your feet, right? Press down through those heels. That's going to anchor the posture as you lift that gaze. Take a gorgeous breath in. Good. Come back to center. Hinge to the other side. Lifting that gaze, breathing in. Good. One more. Excellent. Bring it back to center, cactus elbows. Right, lift that gaze, open up the heart. Feel our shoulder blades hug the spine. Reach all the way back up and then bend the elbows, drawing your hands towards the nape of the neck, squeezing the elbows in towards our ears. Good. Hands rest on the shoulder heads, and we're going to loop those elbows. And then we're going to go in the other direction. All right. And hands back onto the tops of the knees. We're going to start at that pelvis. We're going to tuck the tail, round the spine, dropping the chin to the chest. Right, we're going to breathe into that backside body. And then as we exhale, we're going to pop those elbows out. And let's stay here and breathe just a couple more times. Nice relaxed jaw. Keep breathing. Good. And then sit up tall and loop those shoulders back and down again. All right, the hands are going to swim forward like a breaststroke. Draw your hands towards the back of that chair. Loop the shoulders back and down. Puff out that chest. Right? Push your body away from the back of that chair. Lift the gaze, lift the chin. Beautiful breath. Good. And we're going to release and just let those arms swing. All right. And as those arms swing, kind of let that tension, that stress that builds up, just let it fall all the way off your body, right? Just like you're a duck shaking off the water from its feathers. All right. So, not sure what happened to my music. I'm going to turn that back on. All right. And sorry about that for a second. All All right, so let's just start by lifting those heels, dropping the heels and lifting the toes. Just alternating back and forth, opening up those ankles a little bit, and then let's toe heel those feet out. All right, and then we're going to toe heel those feet back in, and toe heel the feet back out, and toe heel the feet back in. All right, gently lift those heels, drop the heels, lift the toes. All right, and then we're going to toe heel back out last time. Point the knees out, point the toes out, hands rest on top of the knees as we sit up tall. Just take a beautiful breath here. Exhale out, anchor in those heels. So as you press down into your heels, you're going to start to feel those inner thighs engage. That's what we want. We're going to press those hands against the knees and hinge forward. Nice flat back, reaching through that crown. Right? As we press those knees out, point your toes out, we're going to get that stretch to those inner thighs. Good. Keep breathing. Keep pressing down through our heels. Keep pressing those knees back. One more. And rising up tall, toe heeling those feet back in. And looping those shoulders. All right, and if you're like me, you're feeling those snap, crackles, and pops this morning. Loosening up all that soft tissue in our shoulders. All right, so let's start out today with our paper plates. All right, so hopefully you have a paper plate for each foot, right? Oh, you know what? It's still creating too much friction. That's better. So I had to get the shiny part of the paper plate pressing down into the floor. So if you want to kind of flip those plates, I guess Mark's Pizzeria paper plates aren't that durable. You can flip those down so that the shiny part of the paper plate is facing down into the floor. All right? Yeah, that works better. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to pretend kind of like we're cross-country skiing first, right? We're just going to draw back and forth. Right, we're just warming up the body. We're getting heated up, getting a little bit active, the heart pumping a little bit. All right? Now, if you'd like, you can add those arms in as well. So you're going to do opposite arm to the foot. My feet are a little bit bigger than the paper plates too, so that's not working very well. All right, so we're just going to shuffle here. Right? And we're going to keep on moving, keep breathing. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring those feet in. Now, we're going to press those feet out and sweep it in. Good. Press out, sweep in. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Sweep forward, sweep out, and bring it back in. Press forward, sweep out, bring it back in. Good. Press forward, sweep out, and in. Here's 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now back to that cross-country shuffle, right? Our version of cross-country skiing. Luckily, it's warm out today. I think it's going to be a high of 60, so I hope you get out for a walk. We're going to maintain that social distancing if we cross paths with other people. But it's good to feel the warmer weather coming, isn't it? All right, so here we go again. Press forward, sweep out, bring it in. Press forward, sweep out, bring it in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Opposite direction. Press out, sweep forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now we're going to bring those feet in. We're going to press out and bring it in. Press out, bring it in. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now press forward both legs and bring it in. 1, 2, 3. Right. Sit up tall. Right. And the more you lean back into your chair, right, you can kind of feel that in a little bit different place in your transverse abdominals. Right. You can also sit up tall and keep on doing it, working that core. 3 more. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Now, you can step off those plates and hopefully those legs feel a little tired. Right? We're going to swivel our knees to the right. Hands are going to interlace. Place their hands on that right knee. Slide our left leg back into a nice deep lunge. Feel free to tick-tock that left leg back and point this left hip down towards the floor. All right, we're sitting up nice and tall, leaning back into the posture, taking a beautiful breath, and exhaling it out. Again. Good. Both arms reach overhead. Lift that gaze. Hold that beach ball, the proverbial beach ball, in between your palms. Right? Feel your muscles gripping the bones of your arms. Good. Release those hands all the way back down. And we're going to slide that left leg forward. And we're going to do the other side. So swivel to the left this time. Hands interlace. Rest on that left knee. Right leg slides back into that posture, into your lunge, right? It's a crescent lunge. Right hip bone points down towards the floor. We're going to lean back into the posture. Lift that gaze. Take a gorgeous breath here. And exhale it out. Keep breathing. Good. Both arms reach overhead. Right? Maybe hold that beach ball again. Lean back into the posture. Walk your gaze up to the ceiling. Maybe tick-tock that right foot back just a little bit. Good. One more breath. All right. Hands come back down to that left knee. Slide your right leg forward. Right? Tucking that tail. Rounding the spine. Dropping the chin to the chest. Pop those elbows out. Breathe into that backside body. Good. Sit up tall. Swing those hands back. Breaststroke. Loop the shoulders. Grab that backside of the chair. Puff out the chest. Lift the gaze. Maybe tilt that head back just a bit more. Good. Let's release and let those arms swing. All right. And now then we're going to extend that right leg out in front of us. Flex the foot, wiggle out your toes. Hands interlace, rest on that left knee. As we sit up tall, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. Reach through that crown, right? Pull that right pinky toe right back towards our right ear. Take a gorgeous breath. One more. Good. And sit up tall. Take that right foot. Tick-tock it. So tick-tock it midline would be right kind of facing 12 o'clock if 12 o'clock was right in front of you. We're going to tick-tock it a little bit to the left. All right, so instead of facing 12, it's kind of moving over towards 11. We're going to pull that right pinky toe right back towards your ear, and we're going to hinge forward again. And hopefully pulling that right pinky toe back towards your ear, soft, relaxed knee, you're going to feel that stretch up the outside of that right leg. All right, beautiful breath. One more. Good, and sit up tall, right? Now we're going to take that left leg, you're going to lift it, step it over your right leg, and tick-tock your right leg a little bit more. So if it was pointing towards 11, now it's kind of reaching a little bit more towards 10. So maybe like at 10:30, right? Pull that right pinky toe back towards your right ear, right? Hands interlaced, rest on that left knee. We're going to hinge forward again. Beautiful. And then draw back that right hip crease a little bit. So your weight is in this front left leg. You're pressing down through that left heel, and you're pulling your right hip crease back, right? So I'm going to say that again. You're going to press down through that left heel and pull your right hip crease back. Beautiful breath. Keep wiggling out your right toes. Good. And rise up tall. Step that left foot back over. Slide it back to center. Slide that right leg in, right? And just roll out that ankle a little bit. All right, we're going to sit up tall, swim our hands back, grab the outside edges of our chair, puff out that chest, lift that gaze. Beautiful breath in. Lift that chin a little higher this time. Good, and release and just shake out those arms. All right, let's do the other side now. Right leg is bent, right? Left leg extends. The heel is resting on the floor. We're going to wiggle out those toes, hands interlaced, rest on that right knee. As we sit up tall, let's take a beautiful breath in and exhale, hinge forward. Good, and we're breathing. It's a soft knee here, right? Maybe bend it just to kind of release that kneecap a little bit. Lift open that heart. Take a beautiful breath. Big sigh out. One more. Good. Let's point that left toe down. I forgot to do that on the other side, so we'll come back to it in a little bit. And reflex the heel and sit up tall. Let's slide that left leg in. All right, so now we're going to tick-tock that left leg a little bit. So where it was extended out, probably between 12 and 11 o'clock, we're going to tick-tock it, right, past that midline over towards 1 o'clock. So we're going to pull that left pinky toe back towards our ear. We're going to take a beautiful inhale. You're going to sit up nice and tall. And then as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward, nice flat back. All right, as we breathe, right, our hands are resting on that right knee. Left pinky toe is pulling back towards our ears, a soft kneecap. And you feel that stretch, hopefully, down the back, down the outside of that left leg. So we're going to breathe here again. Right? Take a gorgeous breath. Exhale it out. And sit up tall, right? Now this time you're going to take that right leg, stack it over the left leg, all right? Now, your left leg is going to kind of move a little bit more off to the right. So if you were to extend your right arm, and that's pointing towards 12, your left leg is now pointing towards between 1 and 130, right? Hands interlaced on that left knee as we sit up tall. Take a gorgeous breath. We're going to hinge forward, flat back, pulling that left pinky toe right back towards your left ear. And continue to breathe. Exhale it out. So I hope you guys have a little bit of a gardening supplies at home. My husband has started to grow some stuff inside the house, so once the weather kind of warms up a little bit more, we can start to plant some stuff outside. It's always fun to see new life being sprouted, right? And let's sit up nice and tall. Release that right leg, right? And slide that left leg in and just, once again, lift that heel, drop the heel, lift the toes. maybe round the ankle a little bit. Just give it a little bit of love. And we'll come back and we'll do some more stretches with those legs in a minute. Let's first move on to those arms. Okay? So we're going to grab our weights here. If I can find mine, right? And we're going to start with those bicep curls, right? We're going to loop those shoulders back and down into their pockets. Point your thumbs out towards the side walls. And it's a nice loose grip in your hands. We're going to press down through our feet, right? Our knees are hip width distance apart. We're going to anchor down through those heels, creating a nice stable base. Now we're going to curl those weights up towards the shoulder heads and slowly resist down. All right? So here you go for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Bring those weights right up to the shoulder heads and pop those elbows out. We're going to point those weights down towards the floor, right? Now we're going to press out for 4. So we're going to press forward and then squeeze back. 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to row that boat. We're going to press forward, sweep down, bring those weights right back to the shoulders. Press forward, sweep down, and shoulders. Press forward, sweep down, shoulders. Press forward, sweep down, shoulders. Last time, press forward, sweep down, shoulders. Now we're going to reverse it. We're going to press down, sweep up, shoulders. Press down, sweep up, shoulders. Press down, sweep up, shoulders. Take a beautiful breath. Exhale it out. Good. And stack those wrists right over those elbows. We're going to squeeze those elbows in for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to press those weights overhead for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to alternate. We're going to press forward and open back up. Good. Press forward and overhead. 2 more. Press forward, overhead, and press forward and overhead. Good. Bring those weights right back down to the shoulders and down by your sides. And just loop those shoulders back and down. Right, now we're going to rotate those palms open, thumbs pointing out. Nice loose grip of those weights. Take a beautiful breath. Sit up tall. Engage your core. Nice, beautiful breath. Good. Now we're going to drop your chin towards your chest. Walk the gaze to the ceiling. Chin comes down to the chest, all the way to the ceiling. Good. Come back to center, right? Take a beautiful inhale. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Hopefully you start to feel that stretch down your left arm. Lift that head. Drop your left ear. Good. Keep breathing. Thumbs continue to point out. Good. Lift your head. This time, drop your chin toward your chest. Roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. And hopefully you noticed we're in the same position that we were when we dropped our ear towards our right shoulder, but we rolled it. Hopefully you got a little deeper into that stretch. Gently roll your chin back down to chest, and then roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And pause here to breathe. Good. Now we're going to gently draw your chin back down to chest. Roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Chin comes to chest. Roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And do that again. Chin rolls to chest. Right ear rolls to right. Chin rolls to chest. Left ear rolls to left shoulder. Just gently sway back and forth. All right. So we're going to come up, head back, resting right on top of our shoulders again, right? And here we go for bicep curls again. Slowly lift up and lower down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pop those elbows out, point those weights down towards the floor. All right, here we go. We're going to press forward for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Press overhead for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Press down for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Now we're going to add those together, right? So press forward, press overhead, press down. Good. Press forward, press overhead, press down. 2 more. Press forward, press overhead, press down. Last set. Press forward, press overhead, and press down. Good. Now we're going to row that boat. Press forward, sweep down, bring it back in, right? Just like you have oars in your hands. 3 and 4. Excellent. Now in the opposite direction. Press down, sweep up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully you worked your way into a beautiful center of the lake, right? And hopefully you can see that beautiful view in your mind. All right, so we're going to take a beautiful breath again. Big sigh out. Drop our chin towards our chest. Walk the gaze to the ceiling. Lift that chin. Good. Chin rolls to the chest. And then we lift that gaze. Good. Come back to center. Turn the head to the right. Center to the left. Center to the right. Center to the left. Good. Come back to center. Think of your head sitting on that spring. Teeter around. Good. And we have one more exercise. So if you have barbell weights like I do, you're going to grasp the weights at the top of the head, right? And then you're going to hold them there so they're kind of weighing down towards the floor. If you'd like, and you feel like you're the type of person who likes to kind of be able to measure where you are in your practice, maybe grab a block here and lift the floor to you by using that block, right? And you can grab a block on either side. I don't know where my blocks are at the moment. And place one on either side of you, right? Tissue boxes work as well. You can use those. If you're holding maybe cans of diced tomatoes, right? You can just hold there. What we're going to do is it's really important to sit up tall in this posture and to this exercise. We're going to sit up tall. We're going to hinge to the right, and come back to center and hinge to the left. Now I sit pretty low in the seat. It's a pretty low chair, so I don't get as much stretch as I would like and as much work in those obliques that I would like, right? So you may need to shift chairs, maybe if you notice for yourself. You have to sit up in a little higher chair or a little lower chair, right? To get that work, that stretch, working those obliques. So your obliques are those side muscles right along the side. Keep on hinging, right? And we're just hinging from one side to the other. We're pausing in the middle as we sit up tall, right? So it's not one smooth movement. We're kind of pausing in the center, lifting up, and engaging that core, making sure it's nice and turned on, right? We don't want to overdo anything or cause injury. So that's why we kind of pause in that center and lower down to the other side, right? We come back, pause in the center, come down to the other side, right? One more time. And I guess what I could have done, instead of holding those weights long-wise, I could have just done it from this side and reached towards the floor, right? All right, so we're going to place those weights down for now, and we'll stretch out those arms a little bit. All right, so What we're going to do here first is we're going to extend those arms towards the side walls. Thumbs are pointing to the wall behind us. And we're just going to point our fingertips down towards the floor. Right? So it's kind of like that external rotation where we rotated those thumbs out in front of us. But we're doing it from the side, from the extension. And hopefully you can feel that stretch kind of moving up your side of your arm in a little bit more unique way. Right? Open up those fingers, spread those fingers, lengthen them. Good. Now we're going to wrap those arms around ourselves, give ourselves a big hug, right? Walk your fingers towards that spine and then loop your shoulders back and down. We're going to take a beautiful breath here. Exhale, we're going to round those spines, dropping our chin to our chest, and maybe gently rocking side to side. And I wish we were together so I could give you a big hug. I miss my hugs with my students. Beautiful breath. I miss seeing your smiling faces. I miss hearing what's going on in your lives. All right, and we're going to sit up tall. We're going to loop those shoulders back and down. Right, big circles. And extend those arms back again. Point your fingers back down towards the floor. Press through the heels of your hands. Right, and there might be one side that you feel a little bit deeper than the other. Right, completely normal. You're going to bring your opposite arm on top. Give yourself a big hug again. Walk your fingers towards those spines. Right, loop your shoulders back and down. Take a gorgeous breath. Exhale, drop your elbows towards your belly button around that spine. Good, a gorgeous breath here. Good, and let's sit up tall and loop those shoulders, right? Now, feel free to have a block handy. Stick it right between your feet here. If you know you have little flexibility in your back, feel free to leave that block up at a higher level. You may even want to stack it up on top of a second tissue box or block, right? If you know you have a little bit more flexibility, maybe lay it down onto its side, all right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to sit up tall. We're going to take a beautiful breath. We're going to hinge forward, so flat back, reaching through that crown. And then we're going to let our hands slide down our knees to that block. We're going to allow ourselves to fold over and then just shake out your head yes and shake out your head no. Right? And just allow yourself to relax into this posture and hopefully you feel that stretch all the way up your backside body. Now as we pause here to breathe, you can breathe into those shoulder blades and feel that expansion. Right? Feel that relaxed jaw. One more. Good. Now, if you have your block on its side and you want a little assist, you're going to lift that block up onto its higher level. You're going to press down into that block and just come halfway up, sliding your elbows onto your knees and pausing there for a moment. Right? We want to keep our head even with our heart for a second. Maybe the gaze is down towards that floor, and we're just going to breathe. Then when you use one hand at a time and sit up tall, right? Again, we're going to swing those hands back, grab that outside of edge of our chair, loop the shoulders, puff out that chest, breathe into that heart center, right? We really want to feel those shoulder blades squeeze into that vertebrae. And we release, and again, just let those arms shake out. All right? So now we're going to stretch out those legs just a little bit more, and we're going to work back into our arms. All right, so we're still at the front edge of our seat. We're going to slouch back into our chair, and we're going to toe heel those feet out. Right, and then we're going to bring the knees in. Right, and you may need to wiggle a little bit and just let those knees kind of soften in toward it together while those feet are pressing out. And then if you'd like, press the outside edges of your feet out. Right? Just a beautiful breath here. Hopefully you can feel that maybe in the outside of the hips and the outside of the knees. One more gorgeous breath. Good. And we're going to release those knees to heel those feet back together. Fingers are going to interlace, right? So, and then you're going to make a little cup with your palm here. We're going to lift that left knee, draw that right knee. Lift your right knee. Draw your right knee in towards your right shoulder head, pressing down through that left foot and left knee. All right, so if you have your strap handy and you have that available, right, we want to keep those shoulders nice and loose. So it's not our shoulders doing the work here. We're drawing that knee towards our shoulder head, and it's kind of like the hands are holding that knee, but the shoulders are relaxed. All right, now the other way that you can do this is you can hold that strap around that knee as well, right? But have the work kind of in your elbows, right? And not in your shoulders, because you don't want your shoulders inching up towards your ears to do the work. You want to pull those shoulder blades back and down and let the elbows do the work, right? Now we're just going to take that knee and we're just going to sweep that knee in and out. Now, if you'd rather do that with maybe one hand on the knee, you can do it that way, right? Or you can circle the knee, right? You can do it with both hands, right? And then what we're going to do is you're going to walk your hands to the underside of that right thigh, and you're going to extend that right leg up, right? And it's a flex and point of that right leg. Flex and pointing of the toe, lengthening that leg, and you can walk your hands up that right leg here if you like, drawing it in a little tighter towards your heart center. Again, it's the elbows doing the work, not the shoulders, okay? Flex and point. Again, you can use that strap around the backside of that thigh. You can keep the knee bent, right? We just want to feel the stretch. You want to roll that ankle, get a stretch in the ankle as well. Maybe draw that leg across midline, right? Pull that right pinky toe back towards your right ear. Bring it back to center. Release that right leg, all right? And shake out that right leg, extend it out, just windshield wiper it in and out. All right, we're going to do the other side. So this time, your right foot, right knee activates, presses down into the floor. Hands interlace, right? Make that little cup with your palms. Draw that left knee in. Left knee comes to that left shoulder. Feel free to use that strap. The strap can be in use of your hands here. Maybe you roll your ankle out here, wiggle out your toes, right? Just create some space. We're going to sweep that knee in and out. Right? If you'd rather do a circle, circle that knee, right? And other direction. Good. I can hear the creaking of my chair, but I can also hear the creaking of my hip. All right, so we're going to draw that left knee in. Again, walk your hands around the backside of that thigh, right? Feel free to use that strap. Shoulders pulling back and down. Elbows are doing the work. Extend that left leg, right? Flex and point. Round out that ankle. Good. Now, if you like, extend those, let your hands walk up that leg. Maybe draw that leg in a little tighter towards your heart, right? Just a beautiful breath. And tick-tock that left leg right across midline. Coming across your body. Pulling that left pinky toe right back towards your left ear. Again, it's a nice breath here. Exhaling it out. Pressing energetically from the heel. It's almost as if you're pressing your heel onto the wall or the ceiling and you're just lengthening that leg. Good, and let's come back to center and release. Great job. Shake out that leg. Windshield wiper that foot in and out. All right, and slide that left leg in, toe heel those feet back out. Bring the knees in. And hopefully this feels a little, there's a little bit more freedom in the hips and the knees this time, right, from the first time that you did it. So just take a beautiful breath, keep breathing, right? And let's release, toe heel those feet back in, right? Hands pressed down into the chair, you're gonna sit up tall, right? All right, so let's give those arms a little bit more love today. So as we sit up, let's extend those arms overhead, framing the ears, bend those elbows, hands come to rest at the nape of the neck, and then the elbows squeeze into those elbows, or excuse me, those elbows squeeze into your ears, right? And hopefully you can start to feel that stretch a little bit up those triceps. Another beautiful breath. Exhale it out. Good. Now we're going to extend those elbows into cactus arms, right? And then we're going to squeeze those elbows together. Now we're going to take your right elbow, stack it on top of your left, and intertwine those forearms. So again, right elbow stacks on top, intertwine. Now with the right elbow on top, maybe take the left leg. All right? Take a beautiful breath, right? We're pressing those hands against one another. Exhaling it out. And we're going to curl the spine, dropping the chin towards the chest. Elbows coming towards the belly button. Breathing into that backside body. Good. And then we're going to rise on up. So we're keeping those arms interlaced. We're going to lift them up towards the ceiling. And just breathe. Good. Now we're going to release those elbows. Good. Left hand comes to the back of the chair. Right elbow is going to come to that left knee. Now we're going to twist left. So maybe you want to rest that elbow right on top of the left knee, or you're going to hook it to the outside. Now, whichever you choose, it doesn't matter. What we want to do is kind of press up and out of the posture as we twist left, right? So that left hand maybe moves up to the higher chair back as we twist left and we extend that left arm. Or excuse me, we extend that right arm. Right? Just a beautiful breath here. Breathing in. Right, you want to use those belly breaths here, right? As we come into these spinal twists, when we utilize those beautiful big belly breaths, what we do is we help our internal organs get a little massage. Hopefully you can feel this behind that right shoulder blade as well. Good, and we're going to release, all right? And then just move those shoulders back and down. And release that left leg, and we're going to do the other side. So arms reach back up, framing the ears, bend the elbows, hands resting at the cactus arms. Maybe grab the opposite elbows, maybe sit up a little taller, right? Maybe hinge to the right, bring it back to center, hinge to the left. Keep that gaze lifted. Bring it back to center, right? Cactus elbows. All right, so this time the elbows are going to squeeze in. This time the left elbow is going to stack up on top. Right? So again, elbows come in, left elbow comes up on top, and we intertwine the forearms. Beautiful breath here. Exhale it out. And this time with that left elbow on top, it's the right knee. Right? Now feel free to skip that if you want to skip the knee. Take a beautiful breath. Exhale, curl the spine, drop your chin towards the chest, draw your elbows in towards your belly button. Breathe into that backside body. Now we're going to press down through that left foot and come on up. Lifting those elbows, breathing in, exhaling it out. Lift those hands just a little higher, right? And release and just give those shoulders again. Nice shrug. All right, now left elbow is going to rest on that right knee. Right hand is going to come to the back of that chair. Or you can take that left elbow, bring it to the outside of your right knee. Of your right knee. We're going to twist. Lift that gaze up towards the ceiling. So we're twisting right. Now we're going to press down into that left knee and lift up through the heart, right? We're going to lift that gaze. Feel free to extend that left arm, right? Maybe extend that right arm if you want. You can use that right hand to bring it up a little higher in the chair back. Keep breathing, right? We want to utilize that belly breath to massage those belly organs. It's like you're taking a wet washcloth and you're wringing out that washcloth. We help the lymphatic system, right? Move all that waste out of our body. Good, and we're going to release. So when you hydrate, when you drink lots of water, when we do those spinal twists and we do those belly breaths, right? We're encouraging that lymphatic system to move all the toxins out of our body. And when we move those toxins out of our body, we help reduce inflammation in the body, right? So it's a win-win all around. All right, so you're going to release that right leg, right? And sit back nice and deep in your chair. Maybe you want to reset that pillow behind your back. Maybe reset a pillow or a block underneath your feet as we sit back and tune back into the breath. So we're going to take a beautiful inhale here and a big sigh out the mouth. And do that again. Gently lift the chin towards the ceiling. Drop the chin towards the chest. Roll your right ear towards the right shoulder. Chin comes back to chest. Roll your left ear towards the left shoulder. And there might be a place where you just kind of want to hang out and feel a little bit deeper stretch, right? Now, if you need that stretch a little bit more on that right side of the neck, right? So you roll your left ear towards your left shoulder to get a deeper stretch on the right side of the neck. Make sure that when you come out of it, you do that counter stretch. So you're coming over to the other side. You may not need to hold it there as long because your right side of the neck is a little bit more tense and tight. But you just always want to do that counter stretch, right? So it's any time when we do a forward fold, I have you guys come back up and do a counter stretch by opening up the heart center. So kind of look for that in your classes and your practices, just to do those counter stretches. All right, so as we sit back in our chair and we return to the breath, as you breathe in and letting that belly inflate, exhaling, drawing the navel towards the spine. And again, a beautiful breath in and a big sigh out. Just relaxing your jaw. Right, and then maybe if you can imagine that the air that you're drawing into your body having a color or a light to it. Now, for some of you, maybe you're audible learners. And maybe you like to think about the air that you're drawing into your body having music associated with it, right? So as you breathe in, maybe you're breathing in a beautiful melody, right? And you're watching that melody move through your body, letting it relax you, right? And you're returning to whatever it is in your mind's eye that brings you the most comfort. It's your special place. It's your space of comfort, of ease. I know for me, it's sitting on top of a hill on a breezy day with the sun shining, and there's these beautiful fields of wheat before me. And as the wind blows, the wheat sways, just like an ocean. And in my mind's eye, anytime that I'm having my blood pressure taken, or I'm giving blood, or going through a difficult test, a medical test or something like that, that's my go-to place. Right? And maybe there's one for you too that just helps calm you down. Right? I can feel the wind on my skin. I can feel the warmth of the sun. I can feel its gentleness. I can hear the blades of grain, the wheat blowing in the wind. And maybe for you it's at the ocean. I didn't grow up near the ocean, but I did grow up near lots of fields of grain, right? Fields of corn. Maybe for you it's in the woods with tall trees overhead and the sun dappling through the branches and the leaves. I know for some it could be beneath heavy rain, hearing the rain on the roof, on the porch. When we lived in Alabama, we would sit on the porch and there was a tin roof, and we'd hear these heavy rains come in. That was one of my favorite sounds when we lived there. It was calming and peaceful. So I'm going to read from Jesus Always today's devotion. And again, these are just words, hopefully written to speak to you and where you are today. My hope is that there is a word or a phrase or an image invoked by the reading that just kind of stands out to you. There's no need to analyze it, but just give yourself permission to rest into it, to kind of sink into it. It's just kind of setting aside time to sink into some goodness, right? My beloved, ask me to increase your thankfulness, for this will brighten your day and open your heart to me. Seek to see me in the midst of your circumstances. Look for signs of my unseen presence as you walk along the path of life. Gratefulness opens not only your heart, but also your eyes. When you know me intimately, you can find me in myriad of tiny details, as well as in the big picture of your life. Take time to notice all my blessings, the small and large, and to thank me for them. This practice will help you to enjoy my many gifts. Ask me also to train you in trusting me more consistently, exercising your faith. Well-developed trust enables you to go across treacherous terrain without stumbling. The more challenging your journey, the more frequently you need to voice your confidence in me. You can pray, Lord, I trust in your unfailing love. This short prayer reminds you that I am with you. I am taking care of you, and I love you forever. Rejoice, beloved, for I am truly worthy of your thankfulness and your trust. So friends, when you're ready, maybe just wiggle out those fingers, wiggle out your toes, round your wrists, round your ankles. Right? Just take a beautiful inhale, sweep both arms overhead. Lift the gaze past your fingertips, perhaps offer up your gratitudes for this day. And then draw the palms down through heart center, right? Lift your heart to your thumbs and let your thumbs meet your heart. Friends, I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. And in His blessed name, namaste.